What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. Before I start this video, I have to give a shout out. It's been one of my favorite days of the year. Give a shout out to Sonic. It's 50-cent corn dog day. If you know me at all, you know that I've eaten probably 20, no, not that many, but I've eaten enough of these to probably clog some arteries. Still have a ton left over. Probably went a little overboard. Not going to disgust you by eating them in front of you, but just know that they're absolutely delicious. And I think I put on 20 pounds, and every bit of weight that I've lost so far this year has completely been gained back. That being said, obviously I'm in a pretty good mood today. Food has that effect. I have some CDs that have come in the mail over the past, I guess, couple of weeks that I wanted to show off. I guess this is part 2 of the previous collection update I did. I did only the Discogs purchases on that. I have some Bandcamp, and then I'll probably just go on and show some eBay purchases as well, and just kind of run through these. There's quite a bit, so I probably won't spend just a ton of time on each of these, but there's some stuff that I'm excited about and wanted to show you guys. First up is one that I actually bought on eBay. I bought this from Fossil Dungeon on eBay. This is Earth and Pillars with Pillars 1. This is the A5 Digipack. Beautiful atmospheric black metal. Amazing release. I still haven't picked up Earth 1. As I said, this is Pillars 1. I was kind of late to the show on Earth and Pillars, and I'm hating that. I have to go back and try to hunt down the first release, I guess. As you can see, it has a pretty full booklet with some amazing nature artwork and stuff on the inside that pairs perfectly with the beautiful music that's accompanying it. So, fantastic release. Definitely check that out if you haven't. As always, if you need any links to any of these bands or anything or albums, or want to know where to pick them up, just ask me in the comments, and I will be more than happy to let you know where to get your hands on one. Next up, we have Heisenberg, I believe is how you pronounce that. Brutal death metal, has some slam elements in it as well. This is their second full length. Came this little card on the end. I'll take that off. This is entitled The Empire Business. I have that glare. I'm still trying to figure out how to fight that. There's the cover artwork. Pretty nasty looking stuff on the artwork. There we have the looks like meth or crystal meth there on the back. So take that as how you want it. I don't know. But another fantastic release. If you're into slam or brutal death metal, definitely give Heisenberg a shot. Maybe you pronounce it Eisenberg. I don't know. I'm sure that you'll enjoy it. And go pick yourself up a copy and tell them that I sent you. Next up, we have another Bandcamp purchase. This is some more atmospheric black metal. This is a band that I just recently got into. Another one that I was late getting into. I got their first release that came out, I believe, in 2006 or 2007, not too long ago. Absolutely fell in love with that release. So when I saw that the pre-orders were up for this, the beginning of this year, I jumped on that pre-order, and this came in. This is Froststrike with Join the Wind. Let me see, try to get you a little bit better view of that. It's some pretty nice artwork on that as well. Another just beautiful, fantastic, atmospheric black metal release. A little bit darker than the Earth and Pillars. A little bit more occult. Not too much on that. It's very white. But definitely check that one out as well. Sorry. I'm not drinking alcohol. For you that thought I might have fallen off the wagon, I'm enjoying a nice cold O'Doul's non-alcoholic beer, because nothing's more metal than a non-alcoholic beer. Next up, we have some deathcore. This is a Great White Shark Fight with a Terraform. I picked this up on Bandcamp as well. Amazing release. If you're in the States and you're into deathcore, check these guys out. You can get this super cheap because the exchange rate right now is way in favor of the American dollar towards the Canadian dollar. There's the disc. It's just in this little cardboard sleeve. And I will warn you though, if you order this, it may take a while to arrive. It took probably about 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, for my copy to come in. So just be warned on that. But it's definitely worth the wait. It's only 6 tracks, but it's an amazing um, deathcore EP. Next up, we have some. I have a hard time even trying to describe this. It's on Profound Lore Records. It's a bit neo-folkish. It's got some doomy elements. The female vocals on this are just astounding. We have Worm Ouroboros. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And the name of this release is What Graceless Dawn. The artwork is what actually drew me to this when I was just kind of browsing Bandcamp, and I gave it a listen and absolutely loved it. I actually found this while I was in the hospital with my wife, staying with her during her surgery, and while she was sleeping and resting and what have you, I listened to this over and over. And it was something very comforting and soothing about this while being in such a, I guess, a non-comforting environment there at the hospital. Next up, I have one that Troy over at the Metal Kid channel turned me on to. If you've noticed my new channel artwork, he's also the one that designed that, so I have to give Troy a little shout out. I will leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description, so definitely go give him a sub. He always has some nice unboxings. He collects a lot of vinyl. He's got a lot of good black metal vinyl, so if that sounds like your type of deal, definitely go check him out. He's an awesome dude and definitely deserves your support. This is Arisminda, I believe is how you pronounce this, with Despair's Depths Descended. I know that there's been a lot of hype for this band within the YouTube community. I was also late to the ball game checking them out, but I love this release. I'm kind of mad at myself for taking so long to check this out. I don't know if there's still copies of this available on Bandcamp. I'm sorry if you hear the dogs going nuts in the background. There's a cat that comes up to my window and torments my dog. So anyway, I'm not sure if there's still copies of this available or not. They had them on sale for $1. The CDs for $1 this past week, and I think they all went. I almost grabbed myself another copy then just because it was only $1, but when I finally decided to, they were already sold out. Next up, I have some black metal. It has a few death metal elements to it as well. This is a band out of Kentucky, which is they're fairly close to me. It's my neighbor state to the north. I've shown previous releases from this band earlier on my channel, but they were in some of the earlier videos. So I don't know if any of you remember or even check this band out. This also came off of Bandcamp. I highly recommend you checking them out because they're very criminally underrated in my opinion. This is Fornicus with Hymns of Dominion. I haven't even taken this one out of the plastic yet. You can tell how evil and dark it is just from that front artwork. I've been listening to the Bandcamp download and hadn't even taken this out. I need to rip it to my computer as well. But it also came with this awesome poster. I wasn't expecting this to come with it. It's a very thick poster. I'm going to hang this up very shortly after this this video. But it's just the album artwork on that. Definitely check out that release. They have another EP and another full length that I highly recommend checking out because it is just some amazing material. The next few things I ordered from eBay, and I will show them off next. The first two are from the same band or project. It's called Translite Void. They have some black metal elements, some ambience to it as well. The first one's just a promo. I'm not a big fan of promo in the cardboard sleeves, but that's how this one came. This is a Translite Void with Destroying Something Beautiful is the name of this release. I haven't even spun this one yet. I have spun the one that I'm going to show next, and I loved that one, so I'm sure this will be more of the same. And there's the disc. and I'm sure I will enjoy this one as well. This is the one that I have given a few spins, and like I said, I was very impressed with this. This is a Translite Void with Where the Trees Can Make It Rain is the name. Look at that artwork. That's just beautiful, just amazing. I know I use the same words over and over in these updates. It only has 2 tracks, entitled The Stone Pond and Ghost Mountain. Ghost Mountain is absolutely phenomenal. You can probably find a link to that here on YouTube. Definitely give it a listen. It has very low reviews on Metal Archives, but I usually don't just follow Metal Archives reviews just too super close, because I found several things that were rated terribly on there that are favorite pieces in my collection now. Next up, we have some more black metal. This is a Northern Breeze with Sailing to the North. Some more phenomenal artwork on this one. I guess this is turning into the amazing artwork update. Yeah. Even the artwork on the disc looks pretty tight. Next up, more black metal. Go figure. This is Written in Torment with The Uncreation. Got back into this band when I did my Glorious North collection update. It just kind of made me rediscover and re-fall in love with this band. So I had to go back and get this EP to add it to the collection. So happy to have that back in the collection now. Next up, we have some Funeral Doom. This is a band that you probably all know very well. I've been slacking on getting their material. This is the 3rd album I have by them now. I'm slowly chipping away and getting that discography. This is Ahab with The Divinity of Oceans. I mean, I could talk all day with just the grandiose splendor that is Ahab. If you're into Funeral Doom, you know Ahab. They're just giants of the genre, so I don't have to talk on that one too much. You know what a stellar release that is. Next up, we have some Doom. This is kind of sludgy Doom metal. It's kind of a space Viking sludgy Doom metal. I know that should intrigue you, as it did me. This is Elks with Destined for the Sun. I believe this came out in 2011, because I remember listening to it several years ago, and I remember the point of my life that I was at when I started listening to it, so I know it has to be around that time frame of 2011 when this came out. And for some reason, I just got to thinking about this album a couple weeks ago out of the blue. I haven't thought about it in years, so I had to hunt it down and get myself another copy. But yeah, this is Elks with Destined for the Sun, an odyssey of space Viking sludge metal. So I have dry mouth from all those corn dogs, and I don't think the old duels is helping very well. Next up, we have some Christian metalcore. So I know some of you won't be too into this one. This was Here I Come Falling with the O Grave, Where is Thy Victory? This is one that I previewed before I bought it, and I enjoyed it more the first time that I listened to it before I actually purchased it. After actually getting the disc and the copy of the mail, it didn't seem as good as it was as I remembered when I first checked it out. So next up, we have some more in the same vein as that. This is For All Eternity with Metanoia. Yeah, sorry. This one is a much better release. I actually enjoyed this one a little bit more than I was expecting upon my first little preview of it. So I guess that it was kind of a trade-off from the first one. Still has that sticker across the top, so I'll cut that and show you the inside. This is on Face Down Records. I don't know if I said that already. I've got quite a bit of albums from Face Down Records now. It's a label that I've been getting more into. This is one that I scored for $10 and free shipping, and I was amazed that I found it that cheap. This is some more Christian metalcore. This is a Your Memorial with Seasons. This is the original version. It's fairly rare now, so I couldn't believe that no one, it apparently had been listed on eBay for a while and nobody jumped on it. It didn't have the artwork for this on the listing. I think that's the only thing that saved me and allowed me to get this when I did. But completes my Your Memorial discography in my collection, so glad to have that. I believe I'm going to save the rest for a future update because I still have a nice little stack and they're all from the same seller on eBay, so I can do that in its own update. I've droned on for 15 minutes already. I apologize for keeping you that long, but I think I'm going to go have one more corn dog and get ready for bed. So I'll see you guys soon. Stay metal, stay classy. I've got a surprise coming for you in 2 weeks. Some of you know what it is already, but my birthday's coming up, and to celebrate, I'm going to put myself through some pretty embarrassing and probably painful moments, and I'm going to do it on camera for you guys. So you have that to look forward to, and I'll see you guys soon.